Hello, I'm Beth Joey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is the channel where I paint my face, turn my camera on, and talk about some books. We are in the final reading vlog at this location. It is so exciting. I am moving next week, so you will not be seeing this background again in another reading vlog. I will hopefully in my next one have my bookshelves all set up, or I'll be setting them up with you guys, so let me know if that is something you're interested in seeing, sort of a bookshelf creation video. But coming back into the present, this weekend we are just going to do a good old sort of 48-hour reading vlog just to chat you guys through what I'm going to get up to this weekend, what my plans are, what I'm planning on reading, all that sort of fun stuff, just keeping it easy breezy because I am in massive packing mode at the moment. If you guys could see my flat, you would be so ashamed of the mess that is everywhere right now. There are boxes, there is packing tape, there is rubbish bags, it's just full to the brim of crap in my flat right now. So we're just gonna keep this video to this little section of the flat because it's the one space I can clean very quickly and easily before getting my camera set up and doing any filming. So I'm very ashamed of the rest of my flat right now. But as for what we will be reading this weekend, this is a book that I had actually planned to finish last week, and I wanted to do a sort of boyfriend picks my TBR reading vlog this weekend because Ben just bought me 2 new books. I had a really hard day at work one day, so I came home and he's like, look, I bought you these books, and I'm like, oh my god, this man is the perfect person. But unfortunately I didn't get this first book finished in enough time to be able to do that, so I guess that's something we can look forward to in the future. But the book for this weekend is The Diviners by Libba Bray. If you ask me what this is about, I don't think I could honestly tell you with any sort of clarity or succinctness, so I'm gonna do my best. So it's set in, I think, the 1920s sort of period in Harlem. It's filled with flapper girls and jazz music, prohibition, and it seems to center around a character named Evie who's just come to New York from her sort of small town family in Ohio, I think it is, but I could be wrong. Her family back home are really conservative, which definitely doesn't fit with the sort of way she wants to live her life. She's very adventurous, she's very wild, she's very into breaking the rules. So she comes to New York and she gets super excited about this sort of party girl lifestyle that she's going to lead. She's moved in with her uncle who runs the Museum of Creepy Crawlies, I believe is the sort of nickname for this place. I couldn't tell you the official name, but essentially it houses a lot of artifacts from like throughout history that all have some sort of creepy magical tie to them in some way from a lot of different cultures. One day Evie's uncle gets a visit from the police and they say that he needs to help them solve a murder because there were particular sort of occult findings at the scene of the murder, so they need his expertise, and Evie jumps right in. She signs herself right up to help her uncle investigate this murder. And I think the rest of the story kind of follows on from there. It's very weird. There's a lot of other point of views, like there's a guy called Memphis who seems to be running some sort of betting ring, and everyone seems to be tied back to this group called the Diviners, who I think are people with sort of supernatural abilities that are tied to some comet that comes around every 50 years. Anyway, there's a lot going on in this book and I have been reading it so slowly because I'm just trying to keep my head around everything and remember everything, and it's taken a lot of brain power to read. So I reckon I'm only going to finish it this weekend because I am only like 217 pages in and it's like a 500 page book, I think. Yeah, 577 pages, so I am not going to get to anything else this weekend. So those are my plans book-wise. I am enjoying the book so far, but like I said, it is all a bit weird, it is all a bit confusing, so it's taken me a little while. As for my life plans, I'm actually going on a double date this weekend, which I haven't been on one in a really long time. But anyway, Ben wants to go on a double date with one of his work friends and his work friend's girlfriend, just as a bit of a last hurrah because this is our last weekend in this place. So we're gonna go around London and then we're gonna come back here for a few drinks, play some pool, all that sort of thing. So it should be a pretty fun afternoon. It is a beautiful sunny day in London, so I will try and take you guys along with me. But for right now, I'm just gonna get to reading. So I will see you guys in my next update. Okay, so it's about 15 minutes before I leave home to go on the double date with Ben and his work friend, and I just wanted to film a very, very quick reading update, which is to say that I have now DNF'd The Diviners at 237 pages. Now, before you think I hated this book, it is not that at all. I just am not in the mind space to be able to absorb any of it. It was very complicated, it was very confusing, and I just wasn't absorbing any of the content, so I spent the entire book playing catch up when I was reading it, and I've spent the last 5 days reading it and have made next to no dent. It's been a super, super slow reading process, so I decided I'm just going to let this one go for now, and maybe I will come back to the series another day. As for a bit more about my thoughts on the book, I felt like there were a lot of characters and a lot of point of views to be keeping track of, to the point where I felt like I was always playing catch up. There was also just a lot going on in the plot as well, with religion and the occult, people with supernatural abilities, these diviners, these people having sort of premonitions, the murder mystery, the sort of relationship romantic subplot in here. I think this book is perfect for a reader who is able to intensely focus on all those minute details and all those little things and keep track of everything, so that, you know, you're able to put the full picture together towards the end of the book. But for me, I'm just not that kind of reader. I need things to be a little bit more simple, especially in the first book in a series. I feel like the author went way too big and should have just like dialed it down so you fully understood where you were and everything before anything started to expand. I did really love the characters though. I thought they were so charming and so funny. I love that Evie has all these words that she seems to like make up, and I don't know if it's like 1920s slang or if this is just her character, but I really love the characters. I thought they were so charming, but unfortunately they weren't enough to keep me hooked because, like I said, I just spent this whole book playing catch up, this whole book so confused. So I have DNF'd it at 237 pages. I think I might come back to it one day, but we shall see. But now that I've DNF'd this book, I can tell you guys about what I was originally planning to do for this video, which was the boyfriend book haul, and I can tell you the 2 books that Ben got me. So the first one is Theatre of Marvels by Leanne Dillsworth, which, I mean, look at that beautiful cover. It's a lovely hardback. I love the green and how when you look at the cover you notice something different every single time. Like, that's the London skyline, there's like this cheetah thing with a ball and chain linked to it. Like, it looks like a really enthralling, very interesting cover, so I'm super excited to pick this up. And the next is incredibly different. It is The Khan by Samamir. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing names, but yeah, again, a very striking cover. You've kind of got this gun in the letter K, and again, it looks super fascinating. I'm going to read the blurb for both of these books for you guys because Ben bought them. I don't know anything about them, so I'm just gonna tell you what it says, and it says, successful London lawyer Jia Khan is a long way from the northern street she knew as a child, where her father Akbar Khan led the Pakistani community and ran the local organised crime syndicate. Often his Jirga rule, the old way, was violent and bloody, but it was always justice of a kind. Now, with her father murdered, Jia must return to take his place. Justice needs to be restored, and Jia is about to discover that justice always comes at a cost. So this is like a crime gang style novel. It sounds absolutely fascinating. The cover is absolutely striking. I love that it's a woman in power in a traditionally sort of male-led gang. So yeah, super keen. And then for Theatre of Marvels, the blurb says, behind the spectacle there are always secrets. Unruly crowds descend on Krillik's Variety Theatre. Zilla, a black British actress, is headlining tonight. An orphan from the slums of St Giles, Zilla's rise to stardom is her ticket out. To be gawped and gazed at is a price she's willing to pay. Rising up the echelons of society is everything Zilla has ever dreamed of, but when a new stage act disappears, Zilla is haunted by a feeling that something is amiss. Is the woman in danger? Her pursuit of the truth takes her into the underbelly of the city, from gaslit streets to the sumptuous parlours of Mayfair, as she seeks the help of notorious criminals from her past and finds herself torn between 2 powerful admirers. Caught in a labyrinth of dangerous truths, will Zilla face ruin or will she be the maker of her fate? So again, another sort of crime novel, but this one's got a sort of romantic plotline in it as well, and then a circus style backdrop, which is again really cool. Again, I'm just obsessed with this cover. I love the gold text. It is just a beautiful cover, beautiful hardback. So as for which one I'm going to read, the one that is calling out to me most at the moment is The Khan. So once I get back from this double date that I am literally just about to leave on, I will pick this up and I'll let you guys know my thoughts once I've gotten started. I am literally surviving on coffee and wishful thinking right now. If you couldn't already tell from all the footage that I just edited in, it was a late night last night. We had friends over and we went out for the double date, and we went out, you know, on the town in London. It was super fun. Went to a few market halls where we just got lots of like nibbly bits in terms of food, had a couple drinks, super fun. Then we came back home, went up to the pool room in our flat, and all of our friends from the flat just so happened to be there. So we all played pool together until about midnight, hence the massive Starbucks coffee. So naturally, after I DNF'd The Diviners by Libba Bray, I didn't actually get any other reading done until this morning when I picked up The Khan by Sei Momia. I think I've already chatted about what this book is about, and so far I will say that I'm enjoying it. I've been listening to it on audiobook so that I can sort of get lots of other chores done around the flat, do some packing, drop some books off at the library that were coming up to their due date, and yeah, it's not bad. The focus in the first 5 chapters or so is definitely on the background that I guess will give context to the events that will take place later on throughout the book. So you get a lot of insight into the main character Gia's relationship with her family, and then how she became to be this like sort of independent woman that she is now. Her father always favored her, so she's definitely been treated throughout her upbringing like the heir of the family, so she had all the rights and responsibilities and respect and everything that a son would have. And that made her very independent and very self-assured, which unfortunately creates conflicts later on down the line because she is supposed to be this sort of submissive woman, and she's just simply not that sort. She's not the type to just submit or to just let things brush off. She's very powerful, she's very strong. I think the whole book sort of starts just letting you know that the relationship between Gia and her family is very torn up. There's been some conflict that's happened and she blames her family for this, and then it's been like 5 or something years since she last visited her hometown and since she last saw her family, and what brings her back now is she's heard that her father is ill, so she wants to see him one more time, I guess, before he passes away. So that's what's getting her back in, and it's giving you this interesting context as well into the sort of person that she is. She's a defense attorney, but she definitely still has a moral compass that I think conflicts with the work that she does because she knows that the people she's defending aren't always the best people. But yeah, it's an interesting book. It's not jumped into anything in terms of plot wise just yet. It's all been a lot of background and context, so I don't have too much to say just yet, but I am enjoying it. As for my plans today, I honestly don't think I'm gonna get much reading done because I'm just about to head out for lunch with a friend who also lives in the flat complex that I live in. I'm going to try and get a bit more reading done of The Khan before the end of the weekend, but I honestly don't think I'm gonna finish this, so this might be one of those vlogs where you're kind of left on a cliffhanger on my overall final thoughts of this book. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to drinking my coffee, trying to survive on wishful thoughts and coffee, reading my book a bit, getting ready, and then heading out to lunch. It is Sunday evening. I've just gotten home. I am in my pajamas, just about to relax, have some dinner, get to bed, and I've just popping in here to say that this is an absolute failure of a vlog. I have gotten no more reading done of The Khan. I haven't read a single second more of it since my last update, so I don't really have a reading update for you guys. But as for a life update, I had so much fun this afternoon going to Kensington Palace, having lunch and some cocktails at The Alchemist, which was super cool. They make these like sciencey cocktails. I think I included some shots of some of the cocktails I got, so they were really yum. And then as you can see from the very empty closet behind me, got a ton of packing done. That was the main focus of this weekend. So even though we have no reading update, I just wanted to pop in here quickly to finish up this vlog, say thank you guys for watching if you made it to the end. My main goal for this week is obviously to move, but I've got the audiobook of The Khan, so I really want to listen to more of it and hopefully finish it this week. Let me know what you guys got up to this past weekend, if you've been enjoying the summer sun in London like I have, or if you've been having great weather anywhere else wherever you are in the world. Let me know what you're reading at the moment as well, and let me know your thoughts on this video, on the books that I've been reading. Are you ashamed of me for DNFing The Diviners? I'm a little bit ashamed of myself because I've heard so much about how amazing it is and I just wasn't able to get into the mind space to read it. As always, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell all down below. It's a really easy way to support my channel and help me grow it, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Bye!